Good morning, everyone! Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat o hapon, gabi, wherever you're streaming from. This is your FQ Mom, Rose Fresh Fausto, once again on our 27th episode here on Money Lessons with FQ Mom and Sons. To those of you who are joining us for the first time, FQ stands for Financial Quotient. Your ability to make sound decisions and actions with regard to your personal finances. In other words, it's the IQ and EQ of handling money. And today, we have a very, very interesting episode. It's called Earning from Your Creative Talents. You know, I really look forward to my Thursday morning because we've been having yung mga guests. Sabi nga, ang gaganda daw ng guests namin dito sa show. Syempre naman. And I like their youthfulness na parang nakakabata. But before we proceed, I'd like to call on our special din, syempre, my favorite bunso. Our co-host for today is VJ Anton.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody there, everyone watching on Facebook, on Kumu. Thank you for joining us. It's another beautiful Thursday. And whatever time it is you're watching there, share lang namin that today, this morning, actually, it feels different kasi it's sunny, the sky.
Ayan, natin naman, puti-puti tuloy ng mga mukha.
Oo nga, the sky is nice. Compared to yesterday, diba? Sobrang gloomy talaga.
Oh, it was raining the
at least dito sa QC. So yun, what's up everybody? I am Anton. I am an advanced host. I have sipon because of the aircon. I'm an advanced host. I'm a dance fitness instructor. I have a podcast, the Anton on One podcast. Did I miss any of my professions? I do a lot. I'm also
choreographer.
Yes, choreographer. And I sell bread also.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bagong
Holy
pandemic.
Bread.
Yes.
Is the name.
So yun, that's sort of like a sneak peek kasi yung pag-uusapan natin yan, diba? Earning from your different creative talents. Alam naman natin that we have different skills. There are some people na they focus sa isang skill lang. Ito talaga yung this is how I'm gonna earn money. But there are other people that they have a bunch of set of skills. And it doesn't mean na kung isa lang yung skill mo, you're less talented. But there are different ways of interpretation naman and expression of these skills.
And I like it that these days, kayo, no? Before kasi, para kung artistic yan, it wasn't really perceived as the main profession. So parang either it's your sideline or
hobby
lang. But now you really are taking it to the next level because actually that's your gift from God. And that gift should be shared.
Yes.
And it's just rightful that you should be earning from that gift, diba?
Yes, and talking about gifts that are being shared. Thank you for those sending the gifts and halo-halos. Please do send some more and please share the stream to your friends, to your family. Hello to 168 AGM 888 Island San, to Florentino Luzon, thank you, and to It's Rins, thank you everyone.
And I'd like to thank our Christian Rodan. Lagi talagang present at very early. Maraming salamat sa iyo. At today, sige.
And today, we're talking about...
Gusto ko na kagad paakyatin.
Game na agad. Lots of talents, earning from multiple talents. Very, kilala namin to from back in the day pa, and we were able to see the talents.
Blossom talaga. Parang yung
talaga,
nakikita yung blossoms ngayon. Ang ganda niya, no? That's a big mural.
There you go. She is the brain and the artist behind Details Inc.
Spelled as INK.
INK, yes. And she's also a yoga instructor. And although she's kind of shy to admit it, a very, very talented and amazing singer.
Uy, pakantayin natin mamaya.
Yes. Our guest for today, we have Cara Pangilinan.
Hi,
Cara.
Hi, Tita Anton. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. How are you this fine Thursday morning?
I'm okay. It was a good, nice weather morning. I had 2 classes and now I'm here. So yeah.
Oh, you already had 2 classes. Ang dami, ha? Maraming tanggap.
Mornings are yoga filled talaga all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Sige. So, gusto ko umpisahan natin yung kwentuhan natin.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the start siguro, Kara, if you don't mind.
Ay, sorry, before that pala. Sige. Kasi we were able to show some pictures.
Yeah.
We quickly talked about what she does. Pero para sa mga hindi pa nakakagets or sa mga viewers natin who just joined, could you quickly, briefly explain what is Details Inc. ba? What is that all about?
Okay. Well, Details Inc. is an art brand. It's a brand that I started actually in 2011. So it's my 10th year.
10 years na.
And it started as a stationery brand. If you remember yung mga envelopes and
Yes.
Meron ako nun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I bought those then.
I guess it was just a place to put all my art, and then it evolved year after year. And today, it's still my personal art brand where I get to create bigger wall murals and artwork commissions, mostly for people's homes and spaces. So yeah.
Teka, pero nag-jump ka na kagad, Anton eh. Gusto ko
Ay,
kasi
sorry.
from the very start. Hindi si Anton yun. Yun ang
Hindi, para
tanong.
maintindihan lang.
Ako sa bagay. Para naman the viewers would know what
Yes,
Details Inc. is. But
Sige.
I really would like to, can you bring us back to when you were a kid and how did it start? Did you first notice it in what? Ang galing ko pala mag-drawing, galing ko pala kumanta. Paano ba yon?
Okay, well, going back, I guess there was no art, no architecture, no nothing. It was just singing when I was a kid. My first love was really theater and singing, which I think is the same as like dancing for you guys.
Yes.
1-year-old, sing! Parang ganun. It was
Oh, wow.
super, because my family loves singing, my parents love singing. We were
Okay,
really,
stop there. Can we just give the audience a background when you
Oh
say
yeah, your family.
your family loves singing?
Singing loves
As
your
in.
family.
As in, Kara belongs to the family of the Pangilinan. So your dad is the brother of Kiko Pangilinan, who is
Yes.
married to Sharon Cuneta. And paano yung kay Gary V? Help me out here.
my dad's ate is the wife of me.
Yeah, so Angeli is also the ate of your dad. So may Gary V ka pa doon. Tapos, all of you, your ate is also
Yeah,
theater actress.
yeah,
so-
there's lots of singing. But I
So parang lahat kayo, talagang
it's
artistic, either
It's my
by blood and affinity.
Oh, it's your Lola. Did you say
Yeah.
that? It's your Lola. Oh.
My Lola was an opera singer.
Oh, opera
really?
singer.
Which side of Lola? Father
My
side?
dad's mom was a parang coloratura, parang super singer.
wow.
So that's why
Wow,
every
may mga kaganon.
singer siya.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Anyway, so grabe. So you grew up with this kind of environment, and I'm sure, like, kasi in our tiny world, basta may party, kailangan may sayaw sila, di ba? So sa inyo,
May kanta.
ang daming kantahan, lahat magaling, and even the ones that we didn't mention are also good in singing, di ba? Yung mga hindi super
Masaya.
mega star at ano dyan. Sige,
Yeah.
so how does it look like in the Pangilinan residence when Christmas, nung panahon na, nung BC, before COVID, how was it?
Okay, well, I guess because we're so many, it's so noisy. And in the middle of all the gifts and whatever, they're really gonna say, "Oh, singing na, singing na." And it'll always we have like age groups, parang little barkadas. But our favorite is actually the song of the Pangilinan brothers. The four of them sing and they harmonize, and it's always fun. So growing up, we just wanted to have fun. It is before anybody pursued it as a profession from the cousins. Saya lang talaga. Then the group of girls will sing. My group with my ate will sing. It's just fun. So we grew up loving it a lot talaga.
Yeah. And since it's Burr months na nga, I'm curious lang, what do you have a go-to parang Christmas song na palaging? At least you kasi alam ko na you said your dad, diba, and the brothers. Pero you personally.
Okay. Well, I guess I sang Amazing Grace a lot not in my family. When it's my family, we don't actually sing Christmas songs. We sing the Christmas songs that we sing are Joy to the World, the usual stuff. Pero may twist na harmonies and whatever. So yeah.
And talking about Burr months, Cara is also a September baby, just like myself. She's turning 24.
24?
Ay,
How
sorry,
is she
sorry.
younger than me? 27?
Naguluhan na
Turning
ako.
27?
27.
On the 15th, di ba?
Yes,
Tama ba?
yes.
Oh, alala ko pa. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Sige. So, was it now the singing that you first discovered as a creative asset of yours?
Yes, it was singing. I grew up in theater, and that was actually the first jobs that I had talaga also as a kid. Just theater talaga. Then art came, but I think all the while I still wanted to pursue design and
Yeah.
whatever, only because I could see it in my family. With my tito was an architect, some family members were creatives in general, so I
Mm-mm.
liked it na rin. Then
You mentioned, Carrie, you mentioned that it was your first parang job, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Theater, singing. Was this the first time you earned? Were you earning from this while you were still a student?
yes, when I was a kid, I did some jobs, as in like kahit voice acting, and then and this is like
Oh.
money that syempre, and no matter how much, it's like wow, because you're 10
Yeah, yeah.
years and
10 years old.
the only professional theater thing I did was Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
So that was also I was Chip. Oh my god.
talaga. Pick up
As a
yun.
kid, teacup talaga. Yeah.
Ay, ang cute. So, may video ka nun.
Wala pa ate. A
Di
picture
ba?
lang
Sa
siguro.
mga ano nun.
Okay, I want to ask, kamusta yung experience na yun? Na you were doing it as a hobby, na baka when you say kasi I earn from singing, I'd imagine yung sing, 100 pesos. Yung mga ganun sa family.
Baka more yung kanya kasi.
ah,
Theater eh. Yung sa'yo galing
no, that's what I meant ka. Yung,
okay.
yung baka, akala ko, like, that would be what I imagine, the first, parang, using your hobbies, your artistic talents to earn from.
Yeah.
But then this one, it was professional.
Mm-mm.
This is professional work. How did that feel for you? Na was it awkward? Na parang I do this for fun. I'm getting paid. Did you get hooked onto it? Na parang like did your relationship with that talent, with that skill of yours, did it change when you started earning money from it?
Actually, well, for the singing, I think it was always in my head that it wasn't going to be a job because it was my happiness and my love. So the money was just like woohoo. When I
Bonus.
bonus. When I sing at a debut, it's like okay, yay, thank you. Wedding, yay, thank you. Pero for other skills, when I think of it as work, that's different na. Parang for singing, it never really became my profession or whatever. So it was, I love it pa rin until now.
Okay.
Who's your favorite singer?
Oh gosh.
This is a hard question to ask a singer.
It is. Well, top of my head, Sarah Bareilles, siguro. I love her.
Okay.
She plays the piano. She's a theater actress. Yeah.
How about local?
Local, my cousin, Kiana Valentino.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, nga pala, we forgot to mention the Kiara and the other brothers are also artists. May ano rin, di ba? Dancer yung isa, tapos musical director or something.
Yeah. Okay. Now with the art, with this one, because now your main thing, your main source of income would be another skill, another talent that started out. Did it start out as a hobby also in drawing?
Yes.
Okay. It started out as a hobby also, but what was different with this one that you, I guess, are okay na ito yung source of income mo compared to yung singing nga?
Well, I started it as an outlet in high school, and it was like when I did it kasi the moment I turned it into a business was when my classmate was like, make for me, I'll pay for it. So it was kaya pa, this is something that I can try to do. And yes, the response was good, and it just never really went away. So having that income source since high school and throughout college and while I was working was really like, obvious na ata na ito na ata.
Oh, okay.
Okay, question lang ano. I know that you took up architecture.
Yes.
Why was it architecture instead of fine arts?
Oh.
Well, actually, it's because well, my tito was an architect, so despite all the singing and whatever, in my brain, nakaplant na yun in my head na, I think I want to be an
Architect.
Na
Yeah.
inception ka ni Tito,
Oh, yeah. And I think also there's a kind of stigma din kasi na I need to have a job, a
Oo.
formal, you
Yeah.
know, a more serious job. I always felt that pressure growing up. I don't know why. I don't know where from. Pero
Well, I think
I
we all
think
do.
that's a society.
It's a society thing.
Yeah.
But that's developing and changing
Oh,
little by little now.
I want to ask, backtrack lang, you mentioned the first time you earned from, drawing was in high
High
school.
school.
Do you remember what it is that you had to, what was commission? What were you commissioned to do?
Well, the first thing was the cards. That's really the first thing. So because I was making it during class and it was so hard to make one, or even it was so hard to finish one. I was like, I can't make for all of you. So I decided to, why don't I try to make a lot? So it was the first investment I ever made. The Details Inc. was the first time I spent so much money to make a lot of cards and stuff. That's what I sold that Christmas 2011.
Cards as in pang like Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday.
Love note.
Meron pa yan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Just
then
something I tried.
when you, kasi you mentioned that it's something that it takes a long time to do one. I can imagine that. And when it comes to yung mga creative skills natin, yung mga hobbies natin, it's fueled by our passion, our love to do that art. Now, when you put money into it, when you have to scale it, diba? When you have to accommodate a lot of orders, I can imagine lang na baka mawala yung desire mo, yung
The fun
passion mo. Yeah, the fun of it. That's kind of how I look at
Excuse me,
dancing na
sorry.
rin sometimes. Na,
Ah, really?
for yung iba yung relationship ko with dancing when I started, and then high school and college, it kind of became may pagka-work na siya.
Yes.
How did you deal with that? Were there moments na parang tinamad ka, or parang, oh, it's not as fun na pala, or I don't know, was there pressure when money is involved in that hobby?
Yes, for sure. Yes to everything. I think especially during college, it's so easy for you to say, okay, I can't do that anymore because I need to follow my path and become an architect. But I think it's just like there has to be a sort of mindset shift. Like, okay, if this is my happy art time, then no pressure there. But if I'm switching my brain and making work for a client, kailangan iba siya. And then I guess I kind of managed it in a way na right now, at least, I lessen projects, changed my rates. But in the start, yes ako ng yes, and then burn out.
Yeah.
Yes to all, yeah.
I think it was
That's
learning
normal.
experience naman.
I have a question. Am I right in remembering that you had a collaboration with Ramon Orlina? Tama ba yun?
Actually, that was something that did not push through. Super
I
sad.
didn't push through.
Yeah.
Sayang.
But he
What was it
was
supposed to be?
one of the first super supportive artists. He actually went to both of my exhibits. He purchased
Yeah.
work. So it was a good relationship that came from that also.
So have you been collaborating with other artists? And is there anything that you can share with us?
Yeah, I think when I embraced the artist life, there's so many palang artists talaga in this country na that are doing the same thing. So even in different fields, like when it's craft, stationery, ang dami. I joined bazaars almost every weekend and met so many people. Then we would create products together, or we would do art exchanges, and then now murals. I've done murals with other artists also. And then there are just group exhibits, many ways to collaborate, basically. As long as you're thinking of community and not like competition or whatever.
That's great.
Before your question, saying thank you to Rochelle Ann Guanzon for sending your gifts. Thank you also. And hello to Andrian. And thank you to Angelique Tor23 and user 106-834-83043.
Yes. And then Ben Ampil says, great session with FQ Mom. Very enlightening talaga.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Cara Dao from our Christian Rhoda. Tapos, you mentioned a while ago yung mural. Direct Sharon, do we have any mural there na pwede nating ipakita yung
yes.
time-lapse? And I'd like you to tell us, parang dalhin mo nga kami dyan sa experience. Kasi ako, I've always been amused with murals. Diba? It's such a huge, it's like 10 times or
Paano mo
more
napaplan
larger than
yun?
you in your petite form. And you're able to create that. Pakita nga natin, pakita nga tayo ng isang mural na naka-time-lapse. Tapos ikwento mo sa amin, Kara, kung paano yun.
And what it was for, where it was.
Kilala mo ba si Pasita Juan? The late Pasita? Kasi siya, gumagawa rin siya. And then,
Murals?
Oo, she was commissioned sa Singapore. She passed on na eh. You're familiar yun sa Batanes, yung magandang lugar doon. Fondasyon.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's the artist behind that, and she has been commissioned a few times. Parang very important artist na nga siya sa Singapore. So where is it? Where's the mural?
Do we have?
Wala.
Do I share, Tita? So this is an artwork in Tagaytay that's for a farmhouse in Tagaytay, and the only thing that he wanted, because he was a plantito, was to feature his leaves, which is why you can see there the different leaves that he had. And it was really nice because it was a mix of wellness experience and the creative experience. Parang siyang naging retreat for me. So that was.
What year was this?
That was. I think that was just this year. Was it this year? Yeah. Earlier this year. One of my favorite.
Wow.
So how long
Did
was
it
that
take?
project?
I went to. I went maybe like a week in total, pero I went twice, like 3 days and 3 days. And it was nice because Tagaytay, very quiet, very slow. And I'm lucky lang kasi a lot of the clients that I have are like, don't rush. Or people who understand the...
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, it's a good experience. Now it's like in the landing of his stairway. So...
They respect the process.
Yes.
And before that, sabi ni 168 AGM 888. So soothing. That makes sense. Like, art is beautiful to look at. Pero iba yung emotion na it's soothing. Soothing talaga.
Alam mo ba, Kara, that when I first became a full-time homemaker, one of the things that I tried to do was to take up art. I studied sa UP Fine Arts. Nakakatuwa yung mga...
Huh?
You
took up fine arts?
Hindi, sa Fine Arts Department. And so I took up painting and photography. And so my classmates were yung mga college students talaga. Bata pa. Si Enrique was only, 6 years old there. I remember Enrique because there was one time I brought him there to shoot him. So,
With the camera.
Nakita niya na daming basura. Yung kuminsan may mga nakakalat. And he was gonna pick up, di ba in school kasi, bawal ka makakita ng wrapper of food na nakakalat. You have to pick it up and put it in the trash. So he was gonna do it. Sabi ko, wag na Enrique, baka madumi.
Kaya ko you're gonna say it was art.
Hindi. So anyway, so I tried to dabble on that also because gusto ko kumuha ng mga picture, di ba? I don't know if you recall, our kitchen has their black and white photos. I did those in UP. And then nag-painting din ako.
That's so nice.
Pero medyo mahirap eh. So alala mo ba, meron akong painting. Where is that now? I have to look for it. Yung mga favorite characters niyo ng Pokemon.
Oh, I remember. I didn't know that I still remember that. I don't know where it is na. And I don't know what it looks like. I forgot na.
Kasi I remember I used that then dun sa 7th birthday ni Enrique, naka-display. Anyway, so it's really nice when you're creating something. And they say nga, especially if your work is may kunyari, numbers, anything na very cerebral, you have to try to do something with your right brain naman. Para mas magiging balanse sila. Sabi nga nila, si Einstein daw noon, nagva-violin.
Yeah. So
Oo.
would you have an other side of the brain
Oo nga.
activity?
So if you're using all the time your right, what do you do with your left? Ikaw din pala, no?
Well, I think in the left part was the strategy portions and even the money portions. I needed to because
The
before
FQ portion.
Yes.
the trick is like this is something that I know I want to do forever. So I can't also just make the money part wala lang because I won't be able to sustain my work even with yoga. It's something I want to do for a long time. So I had to prepare to be able to make everything work
Oh,
correctly.
I love that you said that. Can we say that again? She has to mind the money part of it so that Kara can sustain because she loves to do with it. So tama yan, ano? And it's a very good lesson for all our viewers out there. Sometimes kasi we always equate na, ay ayoko na pag may pera na nawawalan na ako ng gana. Wag ganun. Dapat you have to make the system such that it's sustainable for you to go on and on. Kasi sayang eh. Ang art, di ba, that's like a muscle, di ba? You have to exercise it, just like writing.
Yes.
You have to do it over and over again. So, yung mga tao dyan, huwag na kayong sobrang tumawad.
Yeah. And speaking of exercising the muscle, thank you to Juco Torrefranca who's exercised his muscle of hago-hago gift giving. Maraming salamat. Kara, I wanted to ask, you mentioned this a while ago na you also said about nawawagan ng gana, and you said that it has happened na with this thing kasi it's an artistic, it takes a lot of time. It's not as regular as traditional jobs. Can you share an experience of when you faced that parang I'm not sure if this is what I want to
Sige,
do,
kwentuhan mo.
or I don't know, baka something with the money or wala ka ng work for a while, and how did you deal with it?
Okay. Well, what I remembered was the time that I would be in bazaars every week, almost every week. So that's super taxing. You wake up at 5:30, you bring all the stuff to the mall or the fair, then you stand there the whole day and talk to people. And then syempre there are days there were bazaars na super profitable, super good, and there were times na hindi. So I guess I was very emotional before. So syempre, like, yes, this is meant for me. Shucks, I hate this. I would get so easily swayed by the roller coaster that instead, it was just so easy to just say, okay, I'll study na lang. I'll just do my thing na lang kasi mas straightforward to or something like that. Scary to, parang ganun. And then the reason I stopped bazaars and stopped pushing too much also was when it would take its toll on my health, which was multiple times. Ooh. So I really had to make the shift to slow everything down. Kasi parang in my head, obviously, hindi pala to kaya. Parang ganun, the stress, the pace of a hustle life, it's not pala, hindi pala siya nag-work for me. Parang ganun. So it was 2016 where I started yoga, and I had to make the shifts from like business, selling to art as therapy, and just a slower pace that would be more sustainable for me in the long run. So yun, may good thing din pala nangyari from all the burnout.
Yeah.
Oh, and your sister has joined the stream. Hello, Gab.
Hi, Gab. Tawag ko kay Gab, the Kumu superstar.
I have a question, Kara.
Yeah.
So you felt burnout because you're doing too much of this one thing, and the solution there was to do another thing, was to do yoga.
Yeah, galing, ano?
Well, it was to shift the way I was doing the skill. So let's say art. There's a art. It was my business, so
yeah.
I was pushing. I was doing so much, saying yes to everything. So I just had to change that. Same art, same business, but I stopped saying yes to all the projects. I had to choose and just strategize a bit better. And then the yoga, which is like what you mentioned a while ago, I needed to find a way to, okay, what will help me in this? What will help me slow down?
And in so doing, you discovered another creative side of yours, diba? And they can actually join your yoga sessions. You're together with Aton.
That's just one of the places that Kara teaches in 808 Studio. Let's talk about yoga.
Yeah. Pero alam mo, we mentioned the what do you call that? Drawing ba yun?
Painting?
Tama ba yung
Which
ko,
one?
painting, drawing, and then we also mentioned yoga. And then I want to go back to singing because I want our audience na to hear a sample. Are you ready? Tanungin mo
Wow.
nga yung mga communisants dyan kung ready na.
Oo nga. I right now at 7,000 diamonds. Maybe if you can bump it up to 8,000. 8,000. Oh, see, even Riri Rodriguez is asking Sam.
Oh, yan!
Oh, wow.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes, ready na.
Bilis
Okay.
naman.
Daling kausap.
Madali kayong kausap. I love you. Yes, yan.
Wait, again, before we have that, thank you to Gab and thank you to Liza Magnaya for sending your gifts and DJ Austin. Yes, thank you. Okay, before we give you the floor, diba? What song are we gonna have the pleasure of hearing?
Okay, well, the song that I chose was apparently from Tita's favorite film. This is "Hopelessly Devoted to You" by Olivia Newton-John from Greece.
Why did you choose that? Kasi narinig mo ba?
I requested it.
Actually, it's happy lang. So, nagpo-post ako ng samples on IG Stories. Sabi ni Anton, we want the long version. So,
Hindi mga 13 seconds. Kasi one story lang eh. And daming
okay.
requested.
So to our viewers out there, are you familiar with "Hopelessly Devoted to You"? Familiar ba kayo? If you are, thumbs up nyo kami dyan. And di ba? Let's ask them to sing along with Cara also
Yes,
para
I
mas
won't.
masaya.
I'll just listen.
We can, but we have to turn our mic mute. So,
Yeah.
kasi ako I want.
And again, so thank you to
go.
Jimmy Snuka. Sabi ni Riri Rodriguez, good choice. Dancing Piggy say, wow, this is it. And hello, Gab and Reg. Okay.
Sige, share nyo na. Kakanta na tayo lahat.
Share the stream. So here on
Nervous.
Cool, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Cara Pangilinan.
Okay, I'm always nervous pa rin pag
Ang galing mo na kami sa screen.
All right. I hope you guys can hear this. Whew. Okay, this is "Hopelessly Devoted to You." Guess mine is not the first heartbroken. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. Ooh. You know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But baby, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's no way to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, fool, forget him. My heart is saying, don't let go. Hold on to the end. That's what I intend to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's no way to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Woo. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
So, nagsing-along ba kayo? Ako nagsing-along ako. Kaya naka-mute ko. Hindi. Sisira. Ganda.
Thank you.
When did you learn this song? Nung bata ka pa?
Dapat
Yeah,
i-appreciate.
rest mo.
Okay. Well, I think I also love Grease a lot. So we parang knew so many musicals growing up talaga. Just for fun.
Yeah. I like it. Uy, maraming salamat. It was a really great song. Beautifully
Thank you.
rendered. May pa-iba-ibang style pa.
Was
diba?
that you playing the piano? Or
No. I went on YouTube today.
Ganda.
I'm so
Okay.
there.
But you also play the piano?
Yes, for fun also. So that's another thing that I try to do too. It's a good exercise, I think, also. So yeah.
O, ikaw din, di ba? Ano yung favorite mong tinutugtog?
I only know
Fallen.
how to play one song.
Fallen.
That's the only song. I don't even know how to read
Notes.
notes. But
Yeah.
talking about talents, no, and different skills, I want to talk about the yoga a little more. You already mentioned how it helped you with the whole details ink, with the
Yes,
whole
the management of the
the
stress.
management.
Mhm.
Yeah, how did you discover yoga, and how I want to know more of how it was. Kasi iba yun eh. Usually kasi when you're overloaded with something, usually people take a break. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna take on more work, or diba? You did. You had 2 classes already this morning. How does that whole experience and process?
Well, I guess before I only started teaching kasi last year. So before that, it was just my de-stressor. It was just my parang workout, So like if anybody is stressed, sometimes they're like, okay, I need to run. I need to do something physical. And for me, because I'm a weakling with no athletic skills, I was like, di ko kaya. I can't do so many other things. So I just tried to do a lower impact thing, which I discovered was not low impact at all. And from the stillness and slowness, I was able to discover my own strength also.
Wow.
That's why I got hooked. And
That's good.
I just to transition smoothly also, parang all the different things kasi sort of intersected very well. And the reason I was able to teach or eventually teach was because the owner of Beyond Yoga needed a mural in their yoga studio.
All connected in the circle of life.
So everything, and I don't really feel bad about the things that I was not able to do kasi nandyan pa rin siya eh. And so yun, she needed, that was the only ex deal I ever said yes to. 1 year
you could
free
do it.
yoga.
1 year free, unlimited?
Yeah, which is why I got to make my practice regular and eventually join the teacher training.
Okay din yun.
Well, that
Okay
totally
din
makes
for
sense talaga.
the firm, di ba?
Yeah.
So talking about, since we are on money lessons with FQ Mom and Sons, Cara, if it's okay with you, if we may ask you, have you taken the FQ test?
Yes, I did. Just
Is it something that you would wish to share here?
well, yeah, my score.
What do you experience, the score, whatever you would like to share here?
Well, about the FQ, I think kasi I improved a lot since I started my earning 10 years ago. But then what I need to learn more of is just the technical. It's like there are things I still don't understand and still so much to learn about how to manage things like that. So it was like, na-pressure ako, tita. Oh my gosh.
That's normal.
well, I know what this is, but I'm not sure. So it's
Yeah.
like, but it's always nice to know that there's still more to learn. So yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think I'm good with the behavior. So I'm happy about that.
Great. That's great. Kasi, do you know that that's the harder part?
Yay.
The behavior.
Yeah.
Kasi the knowledge, I can just give you the key and to those which the items that you didn't answer correctly, and then okay ka na. But the behavior, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, cheers to you.
Yeah,
Okay ang
and that's no,
behavior.
that's really normal. Even as a son, an FQ son, I don't. When I take the test, when I took the test, it's not like I memorized naman all those things like the back of my hand. When it comes, we talked about yun nga, diba, the knowing how to manage your money, the behavior. As someone who you're in the line of work where it's not that you don't have a fixed salary of every month. You're sure what you're gonna get, and I'm sure you also make plans. You make purchases. Also, before I ask you the question, there's a question
Yeah,
from
may question dito si Stan.
Flair.
Stan Flair. Ano po yung FQ? Newbie here. Okay, so ngayon malalaman mo na. Ito po yung show natin, Stan. FQ is financial quotient, your ability to make sound decisions in managing your personal finances. Kumbaga, hindi lang yung kaalaman, pero yung pag-uugali mo tungkol sa pera.
Yes.
So yan yung tinuturo namin dito. Na si Cara has been telling us her story as a creative, earning from different streams of income using her talents. And now, how does she manage her
and
money?
also, to make it clear lang, yung FQ, it's not about the amount of, it's not,
I like
you
that
don't
you
have
say that.
good FQ if
Only because
you're earning a lot. Although, it's nice to earn a lot. I'm not gonna say that it's not nice. But the important thing here is how you deal with it. So, for example, going back to my question, Kara, let's say in a month, you can have a lot, like 5 euros. I don't know. Example, you have like 5 euros. So that's a lot of income. But next month, baka isa lang. So how do you
Or
deal
wala.
Or wala. How do you deal with the, how do you call it? Erratic
cash flow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, disclaimer lang is that I try to improve every year. And this is not the way I dealt with it before. Kasi di ko naman alam talaga before. It's, yay! Oh no! Yay! Oh no! Parang ganun. When it became, I tried to make it more regular by, best way I could do it is to plan per quarter. So
Okay.
I also plot projects per quarter. And sometimes it's like when I have target income per quarter, sometimes per year. So that's also how I know, okay, if naabot na to, then I don't need to say yes to too many things anymore.
Galing.
Manage my health.
Oh,
But- So what I'm trying to do also is to improve the cash flow by breaking up the payments because artworks are bigger payments. So sometimes it's hard also for the client.
Oh,
So-
may layaway.
Yeah, parang there's down
Installment
payment,
basis.
then a little bit or like reservation. Also, so that there's points of the like at the start and middle of the quarter, there's income coming in. So I sort of broke it that way, and then before, kasi let's say it takes me 3 months to finish a big painting project. Then if that's the only thing, then it's only gonna come in the end and nothing to start with.
Oo nga. Tama yan.
Yes. Then so that's one thing I think was very helpful to accept na okay, it's not regular, but I can kind of make it a bit more regular. So yeah.
Would you say that by now, and also with the pandemic, everyone's businesses and lives have been drastically affected? Are you used to it na? Are you used to the months na wala kang work, wala kang commission, or does it still worry you and does it still feel uncomfortable at times?
Thankfully, there's not many of that anymore. But then I learned not to be so scared anymore because the latest one was March 2020 when all my projects got canceled because of the pandemic. So talagang I was so sad. But then I know kasi that if I show up to do my part, then that's all I have to do. Something's gonna happen. So I know that the projects will come also. And So now it's like, oh, and there's also a lot of things I want to do in my own with my own initiative. So if I have a spare period of time, it's also time to make my own painting, maybe plan my next exhibit. So you can also create your own projects. And like, for example, your podcast, that's you, right? Diba? So it's like you get to create your own work, which is, I think, a new feature of this time with
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
whatever.
How
So
many
it's,
exhibits have you had?
Oof, that's
no, I only had 2 solo exhibits and one bonus one from SM. So,
Oo.
and group shows are just, I don't know how many, just
yeah.
random.
Yeah, group shows ang dami na, no? And then, Cara, if they want to see your work, where should they go?
Well, you can look at on my Instagram. There's the same link in bio in everything. So I have the link to my portfolio there. It's detailsinc.ph. So you can browse all of it there. Yeah, and I haven't actually been sharing so much, but I will again.
Yeah, you should. Tapos, do you think now that you are getting known for the murals more than the smaller art pieces that you started with?
Actually, I think the main thing would be the piece behind me, big artworks that I can create here for homes of people. So more than murals, because of the pandemic, I did my first mural in a year just yesterday. It's a really big wall in a house, but I haven't been so comfortable to keep going out or
course.
do murals for
Oh,
offices. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about the larger art commissions. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So I would imagine
Oh.
okay, before that.
Sabi ni Stan Flair, I'm not the type who is eager to earn more as at the moment, but I love that idea, yung sinabi mo, in-explain mo kanina. And then he or she also says that I love Cara's voice, very welcoming and calming.
just like her art. And
And Sharon said, I wish I could do that, but also hanggang paint by numbers lang ako.
Good. That's good. That's good. I encourage everyone to paint.
yeah.
Tita, can I say one thing lang?
Sure.
It's funny that another intersection is that most of my students in my yoga classes really tell me that they go because my voice is nice and calming. So I'm like,
Oh,
yes, ito na lang.
that's part of the that's part of
Yes.
the I was able to take one of Kara's yoga classes, and they're different styles, different instructors have different styles. I like the one where I like the little reminders in between.
Yes.
Yung parang there's one na make sure your neck isn't strained. Tas
Yeah,
when I said that, I thought, oh no, I wouldn't have thought of that if it wasn't pointed out. That's part of the skills also. Like when I teach dance fitness, it's like it's the steps are the same naman, but it's the things I say, the way I say
Yes.
the jokes in between that adds to the
Everything, the tone, the pacing, the breathing.
yeah. I had a question I wanted to ask a while ago. You talked about you have to make art. It's different than when you make art for clients for work and when you make art for yourself. And now since you haven't really been going out to other people's homes and making murals there, have you been taking a lot of time now in this year in the pandemic to make art for yourself?
Yes, for sure. It's something that I have to sort of force into my day. That 1 hour to art journal, because that's how I started. That's
Nice.
so it's the same as yoga also. If I teach 8 classes a week, where am I gonna practice? So I need to force my
On your own. Okay.
not
Sabi
my
Sabi ni Danny, Dancing Piggy, Cara can dance.
no. She's my friend, so no.
So what do you dance? Hip hop, jazz?
Oh my
That's
god.
who's that? That's in Piggy's one of your
Reg,
your
Tina,
best friends. Reg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
dancer.
Messing up with you.
Yeah.
You don't dance ba talaga?
No, Tita.
At all?
That's really sad. No. Like I'm very proud to share that I can't because people get mad. Say, what
But
can't you do? I'll say dance.
But what she can really do is sing, and we have a bunch of new viewers here. So
Oh,
I
God.
don't know. You can say no, Kara. You can say no, and we just to FYI to everybody, yung usapan isang kanta lang. But would you have any
Another
joy to the world? I
one.
mean, yung not anything you wanna not yung sanay ka na something you're not so.
Oo,
Or you
sige.
feel like singing. Is there one more song that we can ano ba? Sing it
Okay.
from you?
Pahirit lang.
Sige. Since my YouTube karaoke playlist is here,
Make sure it's premium, Baka mamaya may...
Yeah.
do you have a request? I can sing. My go-to is Popular from Wicked. If you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we have any requests though? No promises. Baka yung request
Okay, then sabihin na lang natin, the title of the song that she's ready with is
popular.
Popular. Okay ba sa inyo yung Popular? Ako,
What's
I think you got mute, Tita.
nga.
Game?
Yeah.
hello?
Can you hear us na?
Yeah.
I think it
Okay.
just means stop talking.
Oo,
Let Kara
let Kara.
sing. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Ladies and
Sige.
gentlemen, once again, this is Kara Pangilinan!
Thank you. Okay, I'm just waiting for the ad to finish. Okay, game. So this is maybe my favorite fun song to sing. Okay. This is from Wicked, and I'm Glinda, the perky one. Okay. Whenever I see someone less fortunate than I, and let's face it, who isn't? Less fortunate than I, my tender heart tends to start to bleed. And when someone needs a makeover, I simply have to take over. I know exactly what they need. And even in your case, though it's the toughest case I've yet to face, don't worry, I'm determined to succeed. Follow my lead. And yes, indeed, you will be popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper place when you talk to boys. Little ways to flirt and flounce. Ooh, I'll show you what shoes to wear. How about fix your hair? Everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. Know the slang you've got to know. So let's start, 'cause you've got an awfully long way to go. Don't be offended by my frank analysis. Think of it as personality dialysis. Now that I've chosen to become a palace sister and advisor, there's nobody wiser, not when it comes to popular. I know about popular, and with an assist from me to be who you'll be, instead of dreary who you are, there's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular. La, 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 la. We're gonna make you popular. You can stop me anytime, by the way. When I say depressing creatures with unprepossessive features, I remind them on their own behalf to think of celebrated heads of state, especially great communicators. Did they have brains or knowledge? Don't make me laugh. They were popular. It's all about popular. It's not about aptitude. It's the way you're viewed. So it's very shrewd to be very, very popular like me.
Ooh, yes,
Wow.
yes. Thank you for that bonus song. And we're about to end. We only have a few minutes left, ano? So sana natuwa kayo dito sa aming session ngayon.
Yes, send those gifts while you have time.
Oh yeah, while you have time, come on, keep them coming. And to those who joined our hashtag FQ Monday habit nung Lunes, maraming salamat po. Dun sa mga hindi pa nakakasali, alika, habol na kayo. FQ Monday habit, may mga tidbits, lessons, at may homework kayong gagawin para tumaas ang inyong FQ. Punta lang kayo sa FQ Mom YouTube channel. Anton?
Yon. But before I plug myself. Kara, can you please invite everybody again where they can see your work, how they can contact you? I know that you are booked.
Yeah.
How do we do so?
Thank you. You guys can just follow me on Instagram and on Kumu. I'm Kara Pangilinan _ and that connects to everything else. So hopefully, if you guys have any questions, you can just message me, and I will do my best to reply. And join my classes and Anton's classes at 808 Studio. So Anton teaches dance, and I teach the stretch classes. So yes.
But you also teach outside of 808, and diba? Do you have other classes too?
Yeah. If you want to join my regular classes, I also teach thrice a week, and you can sign up in the link in all my bios. So yeah, that's it too.
Okay, galing.
Okay,
And
ikaw naman.
Well, I'm taking a break right now from the podcast, but I already do have the 46 episodes that are out there. Anton
Wow.
on one, you can see that on YouTube.
Oh my gosh,
My podcast is taking a break, not us from Kumu. Anton on one podcast, YouTube, all podcast streaming platforms. You can follow me at Doremi Fausto on my socials. And Kara, if we could ask, what is your last short message to all the creatives out there who are thinking about earning through these talents and hobbies that they have?
Okay. Well, I guess that if creativity is something that you want to pursue, just make sure that you equip yourself and make a sustainable practice so that you can do it until you are old and gray and enjoy. That's it.
Yes. And with that, we'd like to thank all the viewers of Money Lessons with FQ Mom and Sons. Do join us again next Thursday at 11. It's a date. And you can follow me on my socials, FQ Mom, on everywhere. Lahat na lang. Facebook, Kumu, YouTube, Twitter. And the FQ Mom podcast as well. Maraming salamat po. Bye!
Thank you, Kara. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Nice seeing you guys.
We will see you again next week for another episode
Of Mom! Ay, mali!
Money Lessons with
FQ Mom
and Sons.
Dati kasi yung podcast, nalito tuloy.
Have a happy lunch, everybody.
Have a great lunch.